So, as I promised, here is a new video about the Talmud, Sanhedrin Folio 23 to 26. It might not look too much, but well, I have other things to do, you know, to live a life and that kind of things. But let's start this half of this new chapter. There are a lot of things I can mention, so this chapter seems to talk about who can be judges, how they can be chosen, who can be witnesses, and that kind of things. Lot of hard technical language included, but there are still interesting things. In this chapter, I found many cross-references to other books, so it is interesting to look at the same time on other books while reading this. So this also helps some to make things interesting. Now, interesting thing is that they care a lot with the honor of the parties, what is very much like the Middle Age Eastern culture, like Chinese, Korea, Japan. Interesting. On the other hand, when it tells introduces the Palestinian thinking compared to the Babylonian Talmudists, it says that the Palestinians are really caring towards each other, but the Babylonians, it focuses on the Jews, of course, are arrogant, even fall in hubris. Interesting, no? Of course, it tries to put the weight on the goyish circumstances because they are ruined, the wicked that influences the Jews too, or that kind of bullshit. But Talmudic mentality. The other thing I wish to mention, this is actually the present from a picture of the Zechariah, from the book of Zechariah, but it also present that it is the Talmudists pick and choose verses from the Bible, Tanakh, sorry, a very ad hoc like way, like when they present that what they interpret this Zechariah part, they at once, all of a sudden, they just take a verse from the Song of Solomon and applies it as a, you know, divinity or what. Sorry. So they have like a precognition, you know, a prophetic word. What? Stupid. Now, then here comes who can be witnesses or juries, member of the jury. Now, first I want to mention from this list the gamblers. Gamblers cannot be witnesses. They are all of these are considered robbers. Gamblers So gambling is totally unacceptable for a Jew, except if they have some other kind of livelihood. If you have a legal business, then you can gamble and rob anybody whenever you want. But well, let's move on. No, actually, this gambling thing is has a much broader sense. Like it is applied on every business what has uh, un, uh, an uninfluenceable outcome. Uh, like in most things in business life, like stock exchange market, and if promise what you make in a relation of that kind of business uh, don't bind you, then how can you trust in a Jew in a in a in the business? It makes me thinking. Now the next thing is usury. According to the Talmud, usury is not making interest on a too high scale, on a too high percentage, but any percentage. And actually, it also considers robbers those who take the money, not just those who lend the money. According to this, every Jewish banker, like the Rothschild family, are untrustable robbers. Now there is also a little circumvence of this, the possible of circumventing this law is robbing gentiles by usury, because that's just innocent child playing, according to the Talmud, and I disagree with that. Then there comes the sabbatical year's produce, selling the sabbatical year's produce. Is there any Jewish person who work on the field and don't sell the sabbatical year produce? And the interesting thing is that the lowest of the society are considered as the sheep herders. What this tells about Jews or their God. And there is something on the Folio 26b. There is a mnemonica what mentions the word incest. I don't know why. Maybe it is just a random word, but maybe that will be the topic for the next part of this chapter. It is at the very end of what I have managed to read for now. We will see. The last thing is that idiots are, according to Judaism, are not allowed to have property. You can just go and take away all of their possession. Well, according to the biblical law. Now, on the rabbinical law, okay, it doesn't change the divine law, but it is still just a human-made law. It is a question related to Judaism in the Judaic criticism part. So it is a man-made law. Maybe it has some weight, maybe it doesn't. But I'm running out of time and I don't have more time to discuss this for you. Any question goes to the comment section, or you can send me PMs. Bye.